Disney's humanoid robot breakthrough isn't just another tech advancement. It represents a fundamental shift in how machines can connect with humans on an emotional level. This robot demonstrates unprecedented capabilities in mirroring human emotions and behaviors through a sophisticated AI system that learns by observation and interaction. The revolutionary emotional robot. What if I told you that Disney has created a robot that doesn't just look human, but actually seems to feel emotions like one? I couldn't believe it either until I saw it with my own eyes. Disney has developed an autonomous humanoid robot that can mimic human emotions and behaviors in real time. Think about that for a second. A machine that can express shyness when approached cautiously, excitement when something interesting happens, or friendliness during a casual interaction. This isn't just some pre-programmed sequence of movements. What makes this truly groundbreaking is how this robot learns by observing and mimicking human operators who initially guide its emotional responses during interactions. Over time, after sufficient training, the robot becomes capable of engaging with people independently, making every interaction feel personal and lifelike. When I first watched the demonstration, I was struck by how natural the robot's responses seemed. It wasn't the jerky, mechanical movements we've come to expect from robots. This was fluid, deliberate, and almost instinctively human. The way it tilted its head when curious or gestured with excitement completely blurred the line between programmed response and genuine emotion. How does it actually work? Here's where things get really fascinating. The robot's training process starts with human operators remotely controlling it, using their own instincts and social intuition to guide its behavior. For example, if someone approaches the robot shyly, the operator would respond in kind, teaching the robot how to mirror that emotion. These interactions are recorded and fed into an AI system that analyzes every movement and response. In simpler terms, the AI learns two things: smooth movements, like waving, and specific actions, like saying hello. But wait, it gets even more impressive. After extensive training and simulations, the robot was tested with real people, and the results were remarkable. Users could even recognize different moods generated by the robot's AI. Imagine interacting with a machine and being able to tell whether it's feeling happy, sad, or curious just by its movements and expressions. The technology behind the magic. You might be wondering what makes all this possible. The answer lies in a cutting-edge physics engine developed through a collaboration between Disney Research and leading tech companies. This engine enables ultra-realistic virtual environments, allowing robots to train and perfect their interactions before entering the real world. This is crucial for emotional learning. The robot can practice thousands of interactions in simulation, learning how to react appropriately to various emotional cues. The system uses a technique that enables robots to learn by optimizing system parameters through backpropagation. This is a significant advancement beyond traditional physics engines that simply simulate in a forward manner. With this approach, the robot can fine-tune how it interacts with its surroundings, much like how AI models adjust weights in deep learning. What's truly game-changing about this technology is its speed. By leveraging powerful GPU acceleration, these simulations run dramatically faster than previous systems, allowing for rapid iterations and more complex learning scenarios. Just imagine the robot can practice millions of emotional interactions in the virtual world before it ever meets a real human. From WallE to reality. Disney's robot has been described as a real-life WallE, but with even more personality. If you've seen that beloved Pixar film, you'll remember how expressive WallE was, despite having minimal features. Now, imagine that level of expressiveness in a physical robot standing right in front of you. But Disney isn't the only player in this emotional robotics field. Another notable example is Ameca, described as the world's most advanced humanoid robot. During Ameca's public debut at a tech festival, attendees were both impressed and slightly unnerved by its ability to engage through facial expressions, body language, and conversational AI. What made Ameca's demonstration particularly striking was how it combined facial expressions with subtle shifts in body language and hand gestures, making its communication feel shockingly natural. The robot's face contains multiple motors controlling different facial muscles, allowing it to replicate subtle nuances of human expression, from a raised eyebrow to a slight smirk. Learning to feel, the training process. Let me take you behind the scenes of how these robots learn to feel. The process is fascinating and a bit uncanny. Initially, a human operator remotely controls the robot, guiding its responses based on social cues. The operator essentially acts as the robot's emotional teacher, showing it how to respond appropriately in different situations. For example, if someone approaches excitedly, the operator might make the robot mirror that excitement with animated gestures and a happy posture. Every interaction is recorded in exquisite detail, not just what happened, but how it happened. The AI then analyzes these recordings, identifying patterns between human behaviors and the appropriate robotic responses. This is what researchers call learned-based control. The robot records data on interactions and adjusts its behavior accordingly. The truly incredible part: after sufficient training, the robot begins to predict human emotions and respond autonomously. It's no longer following a script or being puppeteered. It's actually reading social cues and deciding how to react all on its own. One moment that truly blew my mind was seeing the robot recognize a person's excitement and respond with its own version of joy, completely unprompted. Disney's vision beyond entertainment. So why is Disney investing so heavily in emotional robots? The answer goes far beyond just technical innovation. Disney's research and development team sees these robots as a big leap forward, not just for robotics, but for how we bring beloved characters to life in the real world. What really sets these robots apart is that spark of personality. They're full of life, and they make people smile. That's what they're really after: emotional connection through technology. Disney envisions these robots as storytellers capable of forming emotional connections with audiences. From Star Wars-inspired droids to interactive characters in parks, these robots are designed to evoke a wide range of feelings. Imagine meeting your favorite Disney character not as a person in a costume, but as an autonomous robot that can actually interact with you in meaningful ways. Some of these droids are so convincing that they've even been cast in upcoming films, showcasing how entertainment and robotics are merging in unprecedented ways. The uncanny valley, when robots get too real. There's something I need to address that might be making you a bit uncomfortable right now. As robots become more human-like in their appearance and behavior, many people experience a phenomenon known as the uncanny valley, a feeling of discomfort or even revulsion when something appears almost, but not quite human. Interestingly, some designers deliberately avoid making their robots too lifelike. For example, one advanced humanoid robot has a metallic gray skin and segmented face, with hyper-expressive yet unmistakably artificial eyes. This careful balance allows people to engage with it without outright rejection. But Disney's approach seems different. Rather than avoiding the uncanny valley, they appear to be trying to bridge it through behavior rather than appearance. Their robots don't necessarily look human, but they move and react in such human-like ways that the distinction begins to blur. This raises fascinating questions. Should robots remain visibly artificial to ensure they're seen as tools rather than replacements for human interaction? Or should we strive to make them indistinguishable from humans? The debate continues, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. The future of emotional robotics. What we're witnessing is just the beginning. The collaboration between Disney and leading tech companies suggests much more advanced emotional robots are on the horizon. Disney is already integrating this technology into its robotic character platform, bringing expressive, interactive robots to life. The Star Wars-inspired droids are just an early example of how this technology can enhance realism and engagement in robotic characters. But the implications extend far beyond entertainment. Imagine robots with emotional intelligence in healthcare settings, providing companionship to elderly patients or helping children with autism develop social skills. Consider educational robots that can sense when a student is confused or frustrated and adjust their teaching approach accordingly. The technology behind Disney's emotional robot could revolutionize how we interact with machines across all aspects of life. And that's both exciting and a little frightening, isn't it? Where do we go from here? As we stand at this technological crossroads, I can't help but wonder, are we ready for robots that can understand and mirror our emotions? What happens when the line between human and machine emotion becomes so blurred that we can't tell the difference? Disney's emotional robot represents a fundamental shift in human-machine interaction. It's not just about making robots more useful, it's about making them more relatable, more engaging, and perhaps even more likable. But as these technologies advance, we need to consider the ethical implications. What responsibility do we have when creating machines that can form emotional connections with humans? How will these connections affect us psychologically and socially? If you found this exploration of Disney's emotional robot fascinating, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into cutting-edge AI developments. Hit that notification bell to never miss an update on the rapidly evolving world of emotional AI and robotics. What do you think about Disney's emotional robot? Is this the future you want to see, or does it concern you? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's have a conversation about the future of emotional machines. Your perspective matters in shaping where this technology goes next.